All right, time for some fun now. In 1715, all right, you with me? A Spanish ship is thought to have gone down in a hurricane somewhere not awfully far from here. That ship, the San Miguel, is also thought to have had lots and lots of treasure on board. Doug Pope and Harvey Slentz are among those who are doing their darndest to find all that treasure. Nice to meet you, gentlemen. Welcome to On Point.
Good to meet you, Sean.
All right, so set us up. What do we know about the San Miguel?
Well, the San Miguel was one of 11 ships that departed Havana the latter part of July of 1715. And as the fleet left Havana, there was a French ship, the Griffon, that was forced by the Spanish to stay with the fleet so it would not get the word out that the treasure ship was sailing because the pirates of Dutch.
They didn't want to tip their hand that
Yep,
they were with the big ship. All right, so I'm gonna make you cut to the chase. We got a lot to get to. So it breaks away from the pack and gets around up here and faces a hurricane.
Right, it got ahead of the pack, and it appeared from our research that the San Miguel and another ship in the fleet, the Sarajevo, sank off Amelia Island. And we do know that in the fall of 1715, the government out of St. Augustine, the Spanish government, sent a search party to Amelia Island area to look for these two galleons, and they did find evidence of wreckage on the beach.
All right. Harvey, what evidence has been found around there that puts even more weight behind the fact that, yeah, this is roughly where it went down?
One of the things that's been found there is obviously the jeweler's furnace, which we've got here on the program, and it's very rare. There's only really one like it in the world.
All right, so quickly describe, and I'm going to hurry you through a lot of points just because I want to get to it, but that it might not look a lot on TV, this metal thing, but it's significant because not only was the only one ever found, you said,
yes,
but only this would have been on the main ship carrying the main goods.
That's correct. Well, this was a tool, the main tool of the jeweler, and we do believe that this jeweler was on board the San Miguel. This was found on the south end of Amelia Island, under about 8 feet of sand, just offshore. And this is what he would have been using to make the jewelry. And there's a real good speculation now that the Queen's jewels could possibly be on the San Miguel, and that's why the value of the ship is so high.
All right, so this is very heavy. This is silver. Where was this found?
This is a 64-pound silver bar found by Mel Fisher on the Atocha down in Key West. There were just over 1,100 of these bars found. Some of them were up over 100 pounds. And on one shipwreck. We have this on display at the Maritime Museum. Okay. Everything you see today is on display at the Maritime Museum in Amelia Island.
All right, so back to the San Miguel. What else has been found on and around Amelia that makes you think, yeah, this is the spot?
There's gold that's been found near there, and there's been silver coins found near there.
Are these any of those?
There's a lot of variety here. I think Doug can probably explain most of them better than I can.
Yeah, a lot of these coins are from the San Miguel Archangel 1659 that sank in Jupiter, and the Atocha that sank in 1622 off the Keys. But off Amelia Island in 1975, a gentleman by the name of Louis Julian found 22 gold coins, Bogota 2s, in the sand dunes just off the south end of the island, just north of the south end of the island. And in '89, there were 28 gold coins found on the beach after a storm.
So now you've been out searching for this before.
Yes.
And so how do you know specifically where to work? I mean, even within a small area, there's an awful lot of ocean out there.
Awful lot of ocean. We haven't narrowed down to an area we believe that the ship will be in. It's in about a 2 square mile area. We're going to be going to that and very diligently looking for it. In about 2 weeks, we'll be out on the ocean with the...
In the Polyel?
With the Polyel, yes. And
the weirdest ship I think I've ever seen. It's very cool. It almost looks like some sort of working platform or something out there.
Yeah, it is. It's a jackup rig. It's a lift boat, and it can be seen on our website, AmeliaResearch.com.
I think this is it there. Kind of blurry on the side there, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And it allows us to go out and stay on site regardless of the weather. We can stay out in up to hurricane force winds with the ship. So
many questions. First of all, how can this go undiscovered for 300 years?
Well, the biggest reason, there is no visibility in the water here. I mean, if you go down to central South Florida, it's like diving in a swimming pool. Up here, you're lucky if you don't see your eyeballs and your face mask. I mean, there's no visibility, so no one wants to come and work. And there's been so much treasure found in central and South Florida, and in the Keys, it's kind of like fishing. You know, you go where the fish are biting. And so if people are finding treasure, that's where they tend to go.
I see. So another thing, a big question, how can you legally keep what you find? Is it finders keepers in a situation like this?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah?
Yes. And we have a relationship with the state of Florida that gives us a permit to have the exclusive right to recover from that particular area.
So the Spanish government has no claim on this whatsoever?
None whatsoever.
Because you would think with, what, 27% unemployment, whatever they've got down there, they would start going, you know, guys, this is ours. We could use the dough.
Well, in the Shipwreck Bill of '87, all the coastal states were given title by our U.S. Congress to the shipwrecks that are embedded in their seafloor. So these shipwrecks and all their contents belong to the state of Florida, and we have an agreement with the state of Florida permit to go search and to recover these ships.
So when you're out there, how do you look? Do you dive from the ship and you're physically looking with your hands, or do you using submersibles, or what?
Well, it starts out with archaeological research to start narrowing down where things are. Then you have to understand things like, what's the significance of that dirty little piece of metal there, and what does it mean? And so the archaeologist, in our case Scott Jensen, is the one who identifies and says, this is why it's significant. Then once you found that, then you start narrowing it down and using some very sophisticated electronic tools like mag sensors and different things like that, where you can get in there and start getting readings that tell you that you've got metal there. When you dig down in there, then use the big fans which you can see on the ship, and the fans blow the sand out.
So Doug, you have made finds before. Some of these are things you have found,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Describe the moment, what it's like when you finally find something.
It's pretty exciting. We found quite a few artifacts and treasure, and it's you know, it's probably about the neatest job you could ever have. It really is. Like Scott Jensen says, every time we dig a hole, it's like opening a birthday present.
Okay, here's my next question. In fact, my daughter and I, my 13-year-old daughter and I were talking about this, about looking for the San Miguel. If this is down there, why isn't every able-bodied human being in the world within that 2 square mile area right now looking, if we're talking about $2 billion worth of stuff?
Well, there's an old saying in our business, if treasure hunting was easy, we'd send the women and children out to do it, and we'd stay in a bar and drink beer all day. So it's very, very difficult business. It's the hardest work I've ever done. The ocean is, you know, does not like to give up the treasure easily. You have to really work hard. It's very
also
difficult.
think about the environment that you're in down there. You're in an average of under 30 feet of water, and then the treasure is under, what, 15 or 20 feet of sand.
Yep, dig it up.
And you're in the surf sometimes very close to shore. So you've got a washing machine effect that's just turning it over constantly.
Yes, but let's back up. We're talking about $2 billion worth of stuff down there. That doesn't seem like too steep a price to pay for it.
If you know where to look.
Yeah.
But now think about this. If you have a square mile in your permit, do you know how many Spanish galleons you can hide in that? 8,192 Spanish galleons. And then this thing sunk under 20 feet of water. So think about how many holes you have to dig, and it's a matter of, as Scott says, looking for the birthday present. But think about it. You have to go down 20 feet, whoops, nothing there, then you go next door and start it. So think about 8,000 of them.
We're out of time. I can't thank you all enough for doing this, and also getting everybody who's watching this excited about and rooting for you, and who knows, maybe even taking a chance themselves. Please let us know how it goes out there, and take some photos, and I'd love to have you back.
And we might want to mention also that if anyone would like to come up and see these treasures actually live, we have a museum.
All right, we got to go. I'll put that on the website. We got to go. We'll be right back.
If you